In the top stories, AG reveals juror tampering in murder case. Trial proceeded under judge alone law. U.S. warns Guyana about sanctioned presidential candidate. And dozens feared dead in Russian Far East plane crash. Details to these stories and more after this break.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Welcome to the ZIZ Midday Major Newscast. Today is Thursday, the 24th of July, 2025. I am Jasmine Thomas. Attorney General and Minister of Justice and Legal Affairs, the Honorable Garth Wilkin, has disclosed that a recent murder case was impacted by juror tampering. Despite the interference, the trial proceeded under the Judge Alone Trials Act, which allows a judge to hear certain cases without a jury. Attorney General Wilkin made the revelation during the Prime Minister's press conference on Tuesday, highlighting the importance of the legislation in safeguarding the integrity of the judicial process.
That the Judge Alone Trials Act has been very important. We have a primary example that is happening now in the assizes. There's a murder trial that had been going on for numerous weeks before there was an attempt to interfere with one of the jurors. The juror brought that information to the attention of the court and the jury was dismissed. The case was able to continue because of the Judge Alone Trials Act. If the Judge Alone Trials Act had not been passed last year and brought into law, many days of judicial time and energy would have been lost, as the trial would have had to be abandoned and restarted in the future. So I'm saying that to inform the general public, and I'll speak in more detail about that on Thursday during the debate in Parliament, that the Judge Alone Act has been very beneficial to our society, and it has dealt with the issue that brought it to the attention of the government that there had been numerous attempts by persons to try to influence jurors.
Attorney General and Minister of Justice and Legal Affairs, the Honorable Garth Wilkin. In a clear statement during the 22nd July Cabinet-wide press conference, Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew confirmed that there has been no increase in customs charges or new taxes imposed by the government of St. Christopher and Nevis. There has been no increase with respect to the rates of customs charges. So whatever the rate is, that is the rate that should be paid, Dr. Drew said in response to media questions regarding customs fees and concerns raised by the public. The Prime Minister explained that while some individuals may feel that charges have increased, this perception may be linked to external factors such as increased freight costs, insurance, or tariff-related impacts on imported goods. Prime Minister Drew encouraged citizens to query charges if in doubt and called for greater public understanding and communication with customs officials. The government reaffirmed its commitment to transparency, fair trade practices, and supporting the cost of living challenges faced by residents, especially in light of global economic pressures. Minister of Public Infrastructure, the Honorable Conwys Maynard, has announced that the Bastia desalination plant is now approximately 90% complete, signaling the nearing end of a transformative project aimed at securing water resilience for thousands of residents. The plant is designed to produce 2 million gallons of clean water per day, which will benefit residents in Bastille, Frigate Bay, St. Peters, and surrounding areas. Minister Maynard praised the works of developers, Royal Utilities, and Gemini Engineering for their efficiency and professionalism. The project also includes intensive infrastructure works, such as new underground pipelines already laid to connect to the main 2 million gallon storage tank at Morton Peak. Additionally, Minister Maynard announced that an island-wide aquifer mapping survey has been completed and new well drilling is expected to begin shortly to support other regions of the island. The Bastille desalination plant represents one of the most ambitious water security initiatives in national history, marking a significant milestone under the government's sustainable island-wide agenda. Stay tuned. Regional and international news follows after this break.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
In the regional news, U.S. Ambassador to Guyana Nicole Terriot has raised alarm over the political aspirations of Azuruddin Mohammed, a presidential candidate currently under U.S. government sanctions. Speaking to reporters on the sidelines of an event today, Ambassador Terriot said Mohammed's potential election to the National Assembly or even the government could force Washington to reconsider how it engages with Guyana. We are concerned anytime a U.S. Department of Treasury OFAC-sanctioned individual has the potential to become a member of government, that is problematic in multiple ways, the ambassador said. Mohammed, along with his father and their companies, was sanctioned by the U.S. last year over allegations of tax evasion and under-declaration of gold. Despite this, he recently launched the We Invest in Nationhood WIN Party and qualified to contest Guyana's upcoming elections. On the international scene, almost 50 people, including children, are feared dead after a Soviet-era passenger plane crashed in Russia's far eastern Amur region, state media reported on Thursday, citing local officials. The plane, an Antonov AN-24, was flying on a regional route from Khabarovsk and Tinder when it disappeared from the radar, the Russian Ministry of Emergency Situations said in a statement posted on Telegram. The Amur Center for Civil Defense and Fire Safety said on Telegram that a search and rescue helicopter spotted the wreck of the aircraft on a mountain slope 10 miles or 16 kilometers from Tinder. It said no survivors were seen from the air. And now for the weather. Present weather across St. Kitts and Nevis is partly cloudy with dust haze. Winds are moderate from the east at 12 to 22 miles per hour with possible higher gusts of 32 miles per hour, and seas are 1.2 to 1.8 meters or around 4 to 6 feet. For the rest of the day, expect partly cloudy and hazy skies with a 40% or moderate chance of showers. Tonight, conditions will be partly cloudy and hazy with a 40% or moderate chance of showers. Sunset this evening will be at approximately 6:47, and sunrise tomorrow morning is expected to be at around 10 minutes before 6. That brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jasmine Thomas. Grace be to you and peace be multiplied.